Today on AutoEdits Jeep, we're getting jacked up with off-road lifting devices. Actually, I'm gonna put these down. Howdy, I'm Jeepin' Jason. You may notice that I have a new snazzy nickname. Well, I was hanging out with some friends last week and they were thinking that maybe to get more views on this here interwebs, I need a hook, something edgy. So I'm gonna come up with some nicknames for each vehicle that I work on. Like on the Mustang, I'll be Clutch Lewis, and on the truck, I'll be Ram Johnson or something like that. But for now, it's Jeepin' Jason. So today on AutoEdits Jeep, I'm gonna be going through a couple of the off-road recovery lifting devices. Now, I'm gonna do another feature on the other items that I use for recovery, but today it's lifting stuff. So we're gonna cover trusty HiLift jack and the new big dog, awesome piece of hardware that I just acquired. This is the ARB jack. It's simply called jack, and it's a hydraulic jack to replace this thing in my gear. And we'll do a quick comparison, and I'll show you some of the highlights of why this is kind of one of those items in the off-road world that was really sought after, and it's finally out and available to the public, and I'm stoked to get a hold of one. Let me show you why. That's my helper, Pinto. You gonna get it? Go get it. I'm very lucky to have such a good helper. Good girl, yeah. All right, let's talk about jacks. So now this video is not supposed to be a direct comparison between these two items here. This is a feature video on this thing and why I am so stoked to add this to my gear. I will probably be leaving this at home now that I have this, and this will be now a permanent part of my gear in both the truck and the Jeep here. So, let's go over quickly some of the features that this thing has. Now, this is, you know, like obviously a very handsome piece. It's all made out of 6061 aluminum. The body, it has a really good high quality feel to it, and it should, because this thing comes in at a pretty pricey, it's about 800 bucks. So it's a very expensive item to add, but it is safer than this right here. This thing kind of wants to kill you. It's very capable in the right hands, but it's kind of dangerous and sketchy. This right here takes a lot of that out of lifting your vehicle. I'm going to demonstrate that in a second. We're going to lift this Jeep up with both of these things, and I'll show you some of the pluses and minuses. So it's a handsome thing. It's safer. It actually has a super high capability, so you're just in a really great spot. And then it comes with a great traveling bag. It comes with this little case here. So now instead of mounting it outside your vehicle like you would do on this thing, you now just pack it with your gear in this pretty cool little bag right here. Now, what I did as well is I ordered the base plate here. So you're in it, I think this was another a few bucks to order this thing. It's sold separately, and what that does is in the dirt, it gives you that stability, or something where the ground is not quite so stable. So you get that stability out of your jack base. So let's lift up the front of the Jeep and let's talk about these things. After I kick the ball for Pinto one more time. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Good. Good. All right. All right, so we're gonna start by lifting the front of the Jeep with the ARB jack. Now, one of the cool features on this thing is that it has this, and I'm gonna demonstrate this thing in a minute. This is one of the things I was actually very attracted about. Having a tool that does multiple things is important. Like one of the things that I haven't got to yet on the HiLift is that you can use that as a jack and or as a winch, which I actually did once. I actually had to use that to pull the truck out of a sticky situation. So I will miss that feature, but that's why I have a worn winch, and I actually ordered a winch for the one vehicle that didn't have it at the time. So covered there, don't need that. Now, watch how easy and safe this is. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and lift up the front of the Jeep. I'm gonna just pick this high point here just to demonstrate the lift characteristics of this thing. And one of the cool things about having this adjustable collar here is that you now can really amplify the amount and the range of your lift. So now you still have the 20 inches of stroke out of this here, and then you have this to start the actual lifting point. So this is that's a really great feature on this thing. So we'll just get this in position and start lifting. So this right here is a really good example of, and you just want to make sure everything's solid. I have the base under here. Jack is lifting straight up. And there you go. We are lifting. We are about tires off the ground. So there you go. Are the tires off the ground? Now you wouldn't necessarily do this in the field if you were going to change a tire, but if you wanted to get things under your tire, if you were stuck, or if you needed to do just something quickly underneath the Jeep, obviously you want to be safe and exercise all of the proper safety precautions, but this gives you a good idea of the capabilities and how awesome this thing is and how stable it is. Bye-bye, Jack. So here is another highlight feature of this thing. This little guy right here. This is the release valve. And now instead of a handle trying to take your teeth out or smash you in the chin or the face, you now have this little valve that you just press, and you have either you have a very controlled rate of lowering down whatever vehicle you've just listed. That is a huge feature of this thing. So that's pretty much why I'm stoked on this. Now in a minute, we're gonna test out that other feature down there on the tire debeading, because I have a bunch of that to do soon, and that's gonna come in handy. So having a tool that does multiple things, I haven't encountered a need for that in the field, but it's a thing. What if you do need that in the field? You now have that. So let's get this out of the way. I'll show you with the HiLift jack what to do, what is entailed. So to lift from the same point on the HiLift jack, you would just adjust to jack mode. Now I have cut this one, so this one's modified. This started as a long one, and you'll just notice right off the bat that this is my fault. I cut this. This now won't lift from here because it actually doesn't reach. That's an unforeseen benefit of that thing right there. That just shows you that little bit more range. Now I only cut off 6 inches of this thing, so it was only this much taller. So now we're gonna improvise. I'm gonna have these metal cloak rock sliders here, and I've loved these. If you've noticed, I've used them quite a bit, leaned out a lot of stuff, Pritchett Canyon, for example, and some fun in Sand Hollow. So let's go ahead and see if we can get a bite here. All right. All right, we got a good bite on it. And as you can see, Jeep is raising. And as you can tell, this is, it's solid, it's a good lifter. Hey, bud. All right, you're gonna get it? You're gonna get it? Go get it. And all is fine here. And as you can see, you get a good lift on it. It's a little less unnerving. It takes a lot more effort. But here is where this thing is just scary and, you know, less friendly. We're gonna put this in go down mode and watch this. Watch out, Pinto. Now this right here wants to come up pretty hard. And a lot of times, oh, there it is. There you go. See, that wanted to punch me right in the face. Now, that's how you lower this thing down. So this is literally almost worth the ARB jack just for that safety factor right there. But it's not a deal breaker. This is a very utilitarian product. It gets things done. Farmers and off-roaders have been using them forever, so I'm not bashing it. It's just different. But I'm thrilled about all of the features and stuff on the ARB jack, and let's just play with one of those other features I was talking about earlier. Check this out. Okay, so here we have one of the Falcon Wild Peak MT 37-inch tires on some TRB lock wheels from the truck. Now I'm gonna try to de-bead. Obviously this is a bead lock, so this is a you know, bolted on ring, but we're gonna try to de-bead the back of this thing because I'm about to do some tire maintenance and swapping. So let's try this. So now I have the valve stem out, so the thing is empty of air. So let's figure out how to break the bead with our new jack. this is gonna be pretty cool. So that means we just line up this actual cutout in the base, and then we'll use the closest available notch for our jaw there and start jacking and see. Now, one of the cool things about this thing is that the base is it rotates 360 degrees, so you could actually move this as you see fit, which we're gonna do right now. That looks like the right spot. Hey, Vince. Don't forget to kick your ball for your assistant. Oh, bead's broken. There you go. Are you seeing this? Hi, buddy. All right, watch out. I'll kick it. Move. Come on. All right. Let's do it to the other side. Let's completely break the bead on this. Yup. There you go. The bead is officially off. Look at that. I am thrilled with this little feature of this thing. And now we'll gently lower it back down to release it. So, okay, I'll be honest with you guys. I watched the ARB video on the website, and they have this big burly dude named Jack, and he's introducing the ARB Jack, and he likes to slam the thing in the dirt a bunch. So there you go, ARB Jack, for the win. Look at that. So this is gonna be great. Let me show you how I'm gonna store it. So there you have it. The new ARB Jack is now officially part of my recovery gear. Do I recommend this for you? Well, it's an investment, like I said earlier, but it is an extraordinarily capable piece of equipment. It adds safety and functionality to your gear, and now it lives right back here. Don't forget, base plate. So for multi-function use, safety, and capability, this is a great item to add to. I'm very happy to be adding this to my recovery and safety gear. So until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and enjoy your drive. Maybe we'll see you out on the trail. I'm getting out there soon, and there's lots more to come on the Jeep, so stick around. Ditto. Hey, why are you eating mud? Huh? Don't eat mud. Thank you.